Welcome back to Rebuilding Masculinity. It is your host, Saladin, back again. We're going to be talking today about women, but in particular, black women saying that they don't have to do anything for a man until he marries them. When almost 75% of black women don't even make it into marriage. Engagements don't count. Okay? So we're gonna play a quick clip from this younger African American woman that basically says what is on the mind of a lot of these women. So we're gonna let the clip play and then we're gonna talk about it.
I'm married. There's nobody on this earth that tells me my job, except if I work for somebody. That's my job.
Let's stop right there. What did she just say? Let me rewind that back really quick. Let's rewind that back really quick.
There's nobody on this earth that tells me my job, except if I work for somebody. That's my job.
See, this is what has happened. For the modern day woman, their job has become their husband. Their boss is their husband. They don't care nothing about the men out here. They do not care about the man they're dating. These black women, they don't care about the black man. They show utter disrespect. See, she just said what a lot of women try to deflect and they try to keep from saying. She just said what's on a lot of women's mind. Unless you are their boss at work, you don't tell them what to do. And that's how they see you black men. Okay? And even other men that these women are dating, because guess what? Nobody's marrying a black woman because this is the modern day black woman. This is the behavior. This is who the modern day black woman is compared to who she used to be. This is what she has to offer. She's telling. So let's just say you're courting a woman. You're with her for, let's just say, a year. That means that whole year she's not going to be on your program. And I can guarantee you this, that even after you do marry a woman like that, she's still not going to get on your program. If she didn't do it before marriage, she's not going to do it after. Because in their mind, you ain't running nothing. And they're not going to allow you to be a masculine man. They're not going to allow you to embrace your masculinity and lead the household. They are going to challenge you. They're going to challenge your masculinity. See, that's radical feminism at its finest. And systematic destruction at its finest. Let's play the clip.
I don't have to cook for him. I don't have to do none of that. I have to do that for anybody until they marry me.
She says she don't have to cook. She don't have to clean. She don't have to do any of that until a man marry him. Well, a lot of married men are saying that you women ain't doing this even when you do get married to them. A lot of you women can't cook. See, this is the thing, fellas. This is the thing, fellas. And even some of you ladies out there that are trying to change, because there are some ladies out there that are trying to change, a very small minority. But these women are bringing less to the table than their grandmothers brought to the table. But their expectations are higher. They want to be with the top 5, the top 3, the top 1, the top 10, even the top 20% man. But any man, even if whether he's in that income bracket or not, is not going to put up with that if he's in his right mind and if he's in his masculinity. He's not going to put up with a masculine woman, because that's what that is. That's utter. That's a red flag, fellas. If a woman is talking like that, Because, see, you fellas need to have some standards. When women display red flags like that, they need to go. They need to go. Stop putting up with it. Because that, see, black men have put up with it so long that they think it's okay. But you fellas gotta put your foot down and stop allowing that behavior. Stop letting women mistreat you that way. You have to embrace your masculinity, and you have to be with a woman that's going to allow you, not even allow you, but a woman that is going to embrace you being masculine. And she's not going to challenge your masculinity. You got women out here that will literally be very submissive to their boss at work and come home and treat you like an animal and talk to you like one. And men are tired of it. Men are tired of it. Men are tired of dealing with you masculine women, and predominantly the black woman. And the crazy part is, a lot of younger men of color are not even wanting to deal with black women anymore. A lot of them are starting to stray away because they're tired. A lot of younger black men that I talk to, they all talk about this. They're like, "Oh no, I don't want to deal with that black," because they already see what the older black men went through, and they're like, "I don't want to deal with that." And yes, it's not that black men necessarily hate black women, but they hate the way black women act, and the behavior and the energy that black women display to black men is pure hatred. You can't sit up here and talk about racism and systematic destruction and all of this stuff, and you're a part of the problem yourself. How can you talk about racism and then you go home and treat your man you treat him just as bad, if not worse? But this is the modern black woman. This is what the modern black woman has to say. And 75 to 80% of them don't even make it into marriage. And the ones that make it into marriage, 80% of them leave. So who's really the problem? Who's really the problem? Ladies, who's really the problem? Fellas, who's really the problem? If 80% of them are not making it up to marriage, and 80% that get married are leaving, who is the problem? Who is the problem? What are these ladies bringing to the table that will make a man want to marry you? What are you bringing to the table? Because if you're bringing that type of energy, no man is going to want to marry you. No man is going to want you around him, period. You telling me a man is going to work 40 to 50 to 60, and the average person today is working 50 to 60 hours a week or more. You think a man's going to work all those hours and come home and listen to you run off at the mouth? And all these older black women can say to the younger black women, because see, the older black women, majority of them are too far gone. And a lot of the younger black women that are trying to change, they see the energy that these older black angry women are displaying, and they're bucking up against them. Because since the older ones are angry, because I just showed you in a previous video that an older black woman got to the age of 65, had no husband, no retirement, and her life turned upside down. And that's going to be a wake-up call for a lot of you angry black women that's in your 30s right now. That think you don't need a man and blah blah blah. It's going to be a wake-up call. Because I can tell you this. If there's ever any cuts to Section 8 food stamps or any of that government assistance, a lot of you black women are going to regret how you treated these black men out here. And these black men are going to turn a cold shoulder to you because of the energy that you have displayed to them. The black man never left the table. You left the table. And you continue to display energy like that publicly, which is very embarrassing. Our counterparts laugh at that type of energy, because guess what? Even if their women do feel that way, they're not. Most of them are not going to be ignorant enough to put videos up like that. How can you talk about what you're going to do in marriage and you can't even make it to marriage? And then when you get married, you can't even hold a marriage. Some of y'all get married and you married a year and then you split. You might as well say you was never married. Oh, it was toxic. No, you're toxic. You're bringing the toxic behavior in your marriage. Just by you trying to challenge your man's masculinity is toxic. And that's what a lot of black women do. They raise their daughters to be these strong, independent women, and they raise their sons to be betas and to accept energy like that. Fellas, if you all want change, you have to stop accepting those type of women in your life. You have to stop accepting that behavior. You have to shut down that behavior immediately. When a black woman, if you choose to date a black woman and she displays that energy, you need to cut her off. You don't need to flip on her. You don't need to scream. You don't need to yell. You need to cut her off. Because that's the only way they're going to get it. When men start leaving these angry black women alone in masses, they're going to get it. Because guess what? Brad and Enrique and all of them, they don't want them. That's why they're not getting with them in mass. So let them carry that masculine behavior if that's what they want to do. You just leave them alone. And you be with a woman that is embracing you just being her man and just being there and displaying that masculine energy around her. A real woman is going to love that masculine energy that you bring. She's going to embrace it. She's going to admire it. So, we're going to let her finish saying a little bit of what she's saying. We're going to finish up. Let's see.
It's not, I don't have to do that for anybody. Like on my tax return, that just says single until somebody marries me.
And you know what that means? Until she goes through enough men where she's used up and nobody wants her no more, and then she's kind of at her end, in the danger zone, as Kevin likes to call it. Remember, fellas, you matter. You're the prize. See you in the next video.